starting to get a little dark out here, but I think probably the light is good enough that I can do a quick review of this cooking set. I've got this on Amazon. I think that it was around $24 or something like that. Some Chinese manufacturer. It's called Cooking Set Out of Doors DS101. But what attracted me to it was that for $24 you actually got what appeared to be a pretty darn nice cook kit. And it comes with a pot, which is 800 milliliters, 24-ounce pot. Lid. It comes with the stove, or the propane tank stabilizer, and it comes with a little stove. And it simply spreads out like that. Put your feet up, and there you go. There's your stove. I like this stabilizer. The fuel canister fits in there very nicely. Screw this on there. It's got a piezo or piezo, I don't know how you pronounce that, starter on it. But see if we can get this thing started up using that starter. Oh, I see the spark. That may need to be a tad closer. I'm just going to bend that down just a little bit. Try this again. Nope, the piezo's not working. Let's go with the lighter. Have to work on that. There you go. Alright, so that thing will crank up pretty good. The first couple of times I tried it, that piezo did work. But I guess for $24 for all of this stuff, stove, the stabilizer, the pot, the lid, and it came in this stuff sack, I can use a lighter. The stove comes in this little box right here. Whether or not I'll continue to use that, I'm not sure. I'm about to do dinner in a minute. What I did do is in case I wanted to just cook and let it rest in the pot, I made a double cozy for it here. So the bottom will fit down in that part. I left room to be able to get the handles out. I can put the lid on, and the top of the cozy will fit right on there. And I'm telling you, you get those cozies for something like this, and you put hot water in there and want your food to steep, it's going to do just a fine job. So, 24 bucks, can't complain. It's a pretty nice little set. Well, the stove's cranked up. We're going to boil some water here. I'm actually boiling 3 cups of water. I know the standard test for everybody is 2 cups of water, but I needed 3 cups for what I wanted to do. So I'm going to boil 3 cups. I'll give you an idea how much time that takes. Okay, so let's check this out. Yes, we have a rolling boil, and 5 minutes for 3 cups of water. My boil test outside on my overnight really wasn't very accurate for this stove and cook kit setup, so I wanted to redo that indoors. The first thing you'll notice is that I did get the piezo or piezo ignition to work. I'll show you that right now. So think the deal was when I was outside, number one, I think it was too windy. Number two, I had actually moved that little piezo ignition down too close. So when I adjusted that back out, it appears to light just fine. The second thing is, I do have an accurate 16 ounces of water now in the cook pot. And the temperature of that water starting out is 69. Let's see if I can get this to focus in. There you go. 68. About 68 degrees. So we're going to go with that, and I'll readjust the camera and we'll start our boil test. Okay, we're just going to give our water a check here at about 1.5 minutes. A few bubbles. Certainly not a boil. We'll come back and check on it again. For 2 minutes, we definitely have some bubbles in the bottom. I'm not sure if you can see those or not. And at 2.5 minutes, we have a boil going here. So around 2.5 minutes, I think is a pretty fair test. Thought I'd take a minute just to go through the Cookset that I've kind of settled on here. Got it in a stuff sack. It's actually not the stuff sack that it came in because once I put the cozy on there, it was just too large for that. Got a fork and a spoon. Made a cozy for it to fit on the top and the bottom. And it's made such that you can put the handles out, and there's a slot there to go over the handles when you've got those out. There's the top. Got cozy on the bottom as well. My stove fits in there very nicely. Bic mini lighter, small size stove, scrubber, foil piece that can be used as a windscreen. I just got some extra strike anywhere matches here and just a couple of candles in case I needed them actually for a fire or something like that. And then the little platform to put the little gas tank on here. So that's my Cookset. Seemed to work just fine. So just to give you an idea of the weight of the entire Cookset, including the stuff sack and the fork and the spoon, the weight is 1 pound 2.4 ounces, which would be 18.4 ounces. If I add the fuel canister in there, then the weight is 1 pound 7.6 ounces, which would be 23.7 ounces. So a pretty light weight kit. Again, for the contents of the kit, the cook kit itself, the stabilizer, the stove that you get for $24 off of Amazon, it's a pretty darn nice little Cookset to start out with anyway.